Hold up, Q. Feel like I'm at the tippy top of my game, looking down at the rafters. I had to sun these boys, can't leave them bastards. A lot of dudes, just some undercover actors. I don't fall for it, I'm privy to all your tactics. Yeah, so try again, this time take a vitamin. Yeah, invite them in, welcome to the Lions Den. And I'm Mufasa, big boss in charge of, coming in like a bull. You see me raising the stock up, yeah. So baby, you gon' need some patience. I already won, now I'm just making a statement, Damn, baby, why your mans keep hating? You asking about the cake, you here for the celebrations? And I ain't fishing, I ain't really into baiting. I know they all wish I take away they mating, but sorry I'm taking me and my lady mating.
Welcome to the Just Saying Podcast, brought to you by Gateway 882 Media Company. We're your hosts, Ferman M. Jackson G. and Laresa Franklin in her absence, broadcast from the heart of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. This is a platform where real conversation meet real experiences and where powerful stories inspire purpose, growth, and transformation. Each episode features dynamic guests through provoking discussions and authentic perspective on life, relationship, business, leadership, faith, culture, and overcoming life challenges. Our mission is simple: to inform, empower, and encourage our audience to live boldly and walk confidently in their purpose. So wherever you're tuning in from Texas or around the world, sit back, relax, and enjoy the conversation. This is the Just Saying Podcast, where we keep it real, we keep it honest, and we just saying. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Just Saying Podcast, brought to you by Gateway 882 Media Company. Of course, like I said, I am Ferman M. Jackson Jr., along my lovely teammate, my partner, of course, Laresa. She, in her absence, she had a family emergency, of course, but we are keeping her and her family in prayers, and I know she's watching as well for where she be present as. I appreciate you. Always a blessing to collab with her on this platform. Once again, man, we're excited that everybody continue rocking with us every Wednesday, but we've got very special guests here. We have Alicia and we have her son, Jed. They have a very, very powerful story, a very powerful testimony. And you're going to hear their story for the very first time. You know, this platform is about them today. The title of this episode is called This Story Will Inspire the World. And I know y'all's story will inspire the world. So I'm not going to hold y'all up. I appreciate y'all. And y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves to the audience. And big shout out to everybody that's watching this right now. Big shout out to the 29 views right now. So go ahead and y'all introduce yourself. And welcome to the JustSayN Podcast.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm actually Alicia Voigts and
I'm Jet Voigts.
And so we are introducing ourselves. I'll let Jet kind of like introduce himself too, but I actually have been undergoing a health recovery for the past 4 years. So I'm super excited to share what I've learned along the way. And I also like totally have a passion for connection and people. So I'm super thankful for Ferman and Laresa for allowing us to come on this podcast this evening. Is there anything else you want to say?
We're gonna explain how what happened during the surgery and how it kind of hurt me in a way, but also how God was in that conversation while doing it.
So here we go. So 4 years ago, actually to the date July 1st, so we're almost 4 years. 4 years ago, I decided to undergo weight loss surgery. I've always suffered carried weight. It's been a lifelong, I don't even know if a correct word would be situation, lifelong, like pain in my side. Also, so to say, I actually used to love to I tried to carry it well. I tried really hard. I had a fashion blog at one point. I really tried to speak for plus size. Really tried to make a movement as far as fashion, being comfortable in your own skin. But deep down inside, I always wanted that niche of okay, where do I fit in? And I sought out weight loss surgery for a period of 5 years. Actually, I didn't know if I was ready. I didn't know anything. I mean, I wanted to let go of the weight. I didn't know how to do it. So I wanted to do it mentally, soundly. I didn't want to just jump into it just because. I want to cover all aspects. So mental, physical, spiritual, whatever spiritual basis you believe in. We happen to believe in God, but also I know a lot of listeners out there are friends, possibly people just believe like in the light within them or in the universe. So whatever that spirituality looks like for you, I sought out God, and obviously through a lot of prayer and faith, I decided to undergo what's called the duodenal switch surgery. So it's gastric and sleeve combined. So my surgeon explained it as if it was like the sleeve on steroids, and it truthfully was. So I go in for the surgery July 1st, 2022. Surgeon says surgery went fantastic. I'm discharged same day. And I came home like any other patient and totally like started on like post-operative diet, vitamins, everything. I did everything by the book, like lost the weight required prior to entering into the surgery. I was so committed to change. I actually sold, just a fun side note, I had this massive handbag collection. I sold my entire handbag collection because I was so dedicated. So I was 6 weeks post-op. This is kind of where all this like trajectory changes. I was 6 weeks post-operation. I was traveling for work and I was so lethargic. I couldn't walk straight. I couldn't even like keep down water and ice chips. And I was like, man, what is happening? So fast forward, because there's lots of details. This is really intricate details in a lot of this story. But fast forward to Labor Day in 2022. I suffered a serious coma. So I went fully comatose. And I actually was hospitalized for a period of 5 days. And this is where like faith and fear coincide here in the story, because I was 5 days in this coma. I didn't know when I went to the coma, I didn't know anything but that I was in the state of Texas. So I didn't know what day it was, what like time it was, like what my address. I didn't know anything, right?
Mhm.
Was that scary?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jet watched me go away in an ambulance, which was super, super frustrating for him because he was 5 in kindergarten. And do you want to talk about that at all? Like, you don't have to, but
like at that time, I only, like, I remember whenever they came, I think she or someone else told me to go into that bedroom so then nobody, like, I wouldn't see it. And then I was like, I really didn't know what was going on at the moment. So then all I wanted to know if she was like okay or like anything. And when I went to school, I was really scared and I didn't want to go to school at all. Like at those moments, I just wanted to like just go, like just like go to see my mom. But I didn't know anything at that time because I was super young. So then like it's kind of hard because whenever when you're young, it's harder than you're older. So yeah.
okay, thank you. That's awesome. Like, not awesome, but like that might help somebody out there that experiences our same situation, or maybe not our same surgery, but like the situation where like mom or dad has to go to the hospital.
Like it.
Sure. So Jet was home with family, and like we had emergency family come to our aid. His dad was here, and like I wake up, you guys, 5 days later in the hospital with the walker at the end of my bed, and I'm like, oh no way. So I sit up and I look at the nurse and kind of still like waking up trying to figure out what happened. And I wake up and I look at the nurse and I like, she kind of looked at me like, hey, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I got to go to the restroom. And so I get out of the bed. I plant my feet down on the ground and they were tingly. Like maybe if you
Like,
had a stroke or,
kind of like it's like how your leg is still whenever you're standing up, but like it like shaked like this, like
Yeah.
it kept on like constantly moving. But she doesn't do that. Her leg automatically did that.
I tremble. So the nurse said, hey, Miss Voigts, we need you to use a walker. And I was arguing with her saying, no, I'm good. She goes, no, like for real, it's like you need to use a walker. And I didn't want to. And I got up, went to the bathroom. Finally, I walked and it felt really weird. It felt like my feet were asleep. So they tingled. Like, and I was like, what in the world happened? So I come back and sit down on the bed. still again trying to figure out what had just happened. And I've got 5 doctors in there. So I've got my surgeon, I've got the neurologist who did my MRI. I've got physical therapy, cognitive therapy, and speech therapy. And I'm like, what on earth? They handed me an iPad and asked me to jot my name. And I'm like, I'm shaking because I have these hand tremors.
Look, she's trying to she's trying
So
to
don't hold it. So this is my hand trembles. Like I'm not doing that, but it just trembles.
like
So I cannot point my finger. I can't point. I can point. I can't draw my name on the iPad. And I'm like, no way. Like I still couldn't, like, it still wasn't registering that I was like severely, like at this point, like classified as disabled, so to speak. And I just sat there in tears, like not knowing what was happening. And then they all come in with like the medical jargon of I suffered a loss of potassium and B1, which is the easiest way to explain loss of B1 for anyone out there who suffers a B1 vitamin like deficiency or has known someone with one. Just today, even I had someone message me over my Instagram asking about B1. So like it's real, it's out there. It's not widespread. It's not like something that you would easily find access information to, like accessible information. So they say B1. I was like, what is that? So the easiest way I can explain it is when you and I, Ferman, if you and I were to walk off a curb, even jet, I lost the neural pathway in this post-operation to bend my knee and lift my foot. It's the easiest way I can explain it.
Like it's the way that like how your like your brain knows how to like lift your leg up and bend it. She couldn't do that after the surgery.
Yeah, so I lost like
A lot.
I had low potassium as well. And potassium, if you're not aware, potassium can actually cause paralyzation. So I'm sitting in this room getting all this information, and thankfully I believe in God. So automatically I'm naturally, as anyone probably would, who believes in God and prayer and like higher power, I like reach out in my heart in prayer. I'm not like out loud praying, but I'm like, oh my gosh, God, like what on earth is happening?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like grasping this whole story. The neurologist comes out with like the orbital of my brain and says, oh yeah, and you have gray shadowing on your brain stem. And I was like, what does that mean? So he said gray shadowing can cause permanent brain damage. And Ferman, that's where I was like, okay, like, so what is like the longevity trajectory of my diagnosis? And they obviously couldn't give like solid answers at that point. Like it's kind of like a trial, like they didn't know. So I sat there and like I had to relearn, like cognitive wise, I had to like relearn how to like shout. I needed help in the shower. Like I needed help like walking. I needed help writing my name. Like I could feed myself. Obviously, thankfully I never lost like that function, like of the hand movement that way. But like for the longest time, like you know how you sit down and you flex your foot at night, like you're like relaxing, and you like for the longest time, probably for about 2 years, I could not move my foot in a circular motion. So I fast tracked to inpatient physical therapy, started learning how to walk, because part of the diagnosis was them saying to me, hey, Alicia, you may never walk again. I was like, wait, come again? Like, what? Are you serious? And I was like, I thought about it. I was like, that's not even an option. Like, I'm a single mom. I had a 5-year-old, 5-year-old at the time. He's 9 now, but I'm like, not walking is not an option. And I'm like, God, where are you? Like, this is like I mean, I'm sure like people out there maybe have had it worse or similar or something. But in my story, I was like, okay, I'm like getting to this point where I'm like, wow, I carefully sought this out, carefully prayed about the weight loss surgery itself. Like I was kind of, to share some more on this for a minute, you can also follow my Instagram. We'll like post that in the notes or whatever. But I actually was 425 pounds. I was super unhappy with myself. Not unhappy in life. Like I'm generally a happy person, but like visibly, I was so unhappy. Like I had struggles like fitting into airplane seats. Like it was a struggle like to like even just like getting into certain like restaurants and sit down. Like it was becoming uncomfortable enough to where I was like, okay, Alicia, we have to do something about this.
Yeah.
So waking up to a walker, Ferman, was like the hardest part about this whole thing. Like I was like, what in the heck just happened?
Yeah.
So I actually fast tracked into inpatient physical therapy, graduated from that, and then I moved into outpatient. I did outpatient for 2.5 years. I went twice a week and I worked my little bum off. Like literally like twice a week, every day. I mean, not every day, but twice a week. I learned how to regain strength to get on a treadmill and also a elliptical. I would spend like part of the physical therapy just walking up and down in like their little like track area where you can hold on the bar like side to side. I just walk up and down that thing. I remember my PT would put me in there and he's like, "Hey, Alicia, come on." Like, because at first I would stand up and I would literally shake. Like my entire like bottom legs would tremble, like to the point where I couldn't lift my knee like to walk. So like I would walk and scoot. So like that, I mean, kind of like think of like a baby when they first walk, they scoot their bum on the ground, or they scoot like they're to move. But I finally regained enough strength to graduate PT, and a year and a half ago I joined the gym, and I conjured up enough strength to learn how to put both my walker and my wheelchair in my own car. And present day I work out 5 days a week, sometimes 6. And I'm so dedicated to walk again. I can't even explain it. Like it's so tangible. I can feel it. I think what I've learned, Ferman, if I can relate anything to anyone listening out there, like my plan didn't go as planned, right? I had this like much of us out there, like we have these plans for our lives, and we have these like everything set up financially. We're like set up secure to like make all these things happen, and it happens, and something else it comes up, or like something happens to where you're like, wow, like what just happened? And then you like fast track going, okay, what am I supposed to do? So I spent hours figuring out in prayer like what to do, like what and how, like how can I be like a tool instead of like sitting here, because it would be so easy for me to not move. Like I have every excuse to like just not move, like not.
We decided not to.
Yeah. So I decided one day, I was like, you know what, it would be the biggest disservice to not only me but to this guy if I didn't show Jet that we do hard things. Like we stand up literally and we make things happen regardless of how hard it is. I have learned over time that faith and fear for me have coincided, not in a bad way, but in a good way, to see like, okay, I have huge fear. Like the first time I walked in or zoomed to the gym in my wheelchair, I was like, this is so awkward. I was so so nervous, so like out of my element. I'd been in a gym for like 2.5 years. Yeah. And here I was in a wheelchair, and I was like, oh, this is like not, I mean, it was embarrassing. Probably I was more embarrassed for myself, but as time went on, it's become just a part of me. Like I don't
just become not nervous.
Yeah. So the whole process has been so
crazy.
Yeah, good word. Crazy. Like, but also like here's the deal. Like at the end of the day, like I've learned a few things. One is obviously faith by fire. So like faith by fire, like literally I woke up to a walker and was thrown into this fire I didn't ask for. Like I didn't want, and I didn't ask for it. So I had to have major faith. 2 is you don't always get what you think you're getting. So I don't mean that in a bad way at all. No. So I think the best way to look at something like that is like, what can this teach me? Like, how can I be a tool to help others along my journey but then also what can this teach me to learn and grow? And then 3, like, here's the part that is so cool, is I would have never met some of the people I've met had I not been in a wheelchair. And like one of those happened to be the sweetest girl who was a teenager. I was shopping one day at the mall, and this teenager like zooms over in her wheelchair next to me, like so cute. And she goes, "Hey, like, what happened to you?" And I was like, "Wow, that's pretty bold." Like, I don't mind, but I was like, "Wow, it's pretty bold." Like, I don't know if I would have had that boldness as a teenager. So I talked to her, and she talked to me and told me what happened to her, and we exchanged that. And I looked over to the side. I happened to see her mom, like, crying huge tears, like just bawling, like wiping her eyes in the mall. We're in the middle of the mall. And her mom looked at me and she goes, "You know what?" She goes, "Like, you're one of the first people that has like stopped and heard my daughter's story. People wave and say hi all the time. But," she goes, "you're one of the first people that stopped and like genuinely listened to her story." And she's a teenager. And I was like, well, I explained to her mom, I said, "Look, I've been in this wheelchair for a short time. I didn't know what this would be like, but I came home that night, Ferman, and I literally thought if I would have never been in this wheelchair, like, or had this experience, I would have never seen some of the God's children or people in life that I wouldn't normally stop and talk to. I'd probably hold the door or help them because that's my nature. That's how I was taught." But like, Ferman, I would have never stopped and like possibly listened to some girl's story in her wheelchair at the mall. And I left the mall that day, and I actually got in my car, and I was just like, "You know what? Like, I don't like, you can't pay me money to like trade these experiences I've had. Like, it's been super hard, but I would never want anyone to like not feel the love I felt from strangers, and then me reaching out to other strangers alike." So that has been those 3 things have been like the key of this entire situation, and like the reason why I like want to share this story, because it is so powerful, not just because it's me, because like in anything in life, we go through seasons where we struggle and we think, what in the literal heck is happening? Like, what is happening? Why? What do I do? I have kids. I'm going through divorce. I'm going through like many things, like bankruptcy, like relocation, whatever ailment that is. And we forget that sometimes the light within us, higher power, if you believe in that, like the light within us is what we need to survive. So it's taught me like a very valuable life lesson that I will keep with me forever. So kind of like a present day, I kind of like full circle moment. So I have this on my Instagram. I currently weigh 198 pounds. And so I've lost 227 pounds in total.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I've stayed at the same size now for over a year.
Okay.
So that in and of itself has been one of the biggest like accomplishments of this entire situation. Like I feel so blessed for that reason. I feel super, as far as like the walking, I actually still use a wheelchair to like zoom around to the gym or like the mall, or we take it to the movies or travel. Like I can finally travel again. I don't need,
Okay.
I mean, at first I needed like full assistance. Like I need someone pushing me down the airport in the wheelchair. I can just do it on my own now.
I mean, like sometimes, like I just say I can push you around, like
So I've gotten strong enough to where I can like lift my own wheelchair in my car, like I said. So it's been a huge like learning experience,
but also a cool story to tell.
Yeah, but okay, so enough for me for the moment. I want Jet to share what he's felt as a child in the past 4 years. Like, what has this done for you? Like, what do you think? If you could give someone advice out there, what would you say to another kid who's maybe they're struggling, maybe they have a parent who is in the hospital or has had struggles like I have?
I would say just like try to help a lot, after whatever happens, like help a lot, because is one of the most best things whenever after something bad happens, you really need help. And if you have a son or a daughter, it really helps if you get help from them, because that's like the best. Or if you have a husband, and if they help too, that would be really good too.
What would tell everyone, like, what did you learn through this whole process from having a mom who wasn't in a wheelchair to walker? Like, what did you learn watching your mom go from 100% being able to like walk
100%.
to then like having to go into a wheelchair slash walker? What did that like? How did that make you feel?
I as right as when I after she got taken by the ambulance, I was confused because I was really young at the time, so I didn't understand everything, and I was really confused what happened, and I didn't realize what a hospital was like yet, because I was younger, so then I didn't realize it. But then I realized I was really scared. So then, like every day when I went to school while she was in the surgery, I was just really scared to go, and I didn't want to go at all, because I just wanted to see her. But like I would just say, like, to any people out there that has had it, like, just like keep going through it, and others and everything that's positive.
Okay.
That keeps going.
So once a week, you should know, Jet and I, through this process, kind of let's share this. So this process, we have a daily mantra. So every single morning, I drop off Jet over at school during the school year, and we have two phrases we say. We used to say, "Just be brave." Like I would drop him off at the curb, and before I jump out, I would say, "Be brave." What did we add the year this happened? What do we add?
Be mighty.
Okay, why do we add "Be mighty"?
Because we should always like treat people every people the same way, and also like be strong and stuff.
Okay.
In school.
So every single day, 5 days a week during the school year, I tell Jet, "Be brave, be mighty." And occasionally he'll look at me back and say it to me like, "Hey mom, you be brave and you be mighty." And I like learned something in that, and I thought, you know what? Like, that's so simple, because I'm trying to infuse greatness in my son, let him be his own person.
And then whenever I have a kid, I can say it back.
Yeah. And we talk about, like, whenever he's ready to be a dad one day, he can share that with his own kids and say, "Hey, be brave, be mighty." I think one of the best parts about this whole situation is we've learned that God, and obviously with all the respect, anyone who doesn't believe in God, but like the light within you or the universe, I want to be respectful to all like religions. That's a huge thing for me. Like
even if something like if you're not like it's okay if you're like, oh, never mind.
No, say like, but you share what God has done for us through this whole process.
A lot of stuff, going to church and helping us.
Okay, but why has that been helpful? Like, what belief have we gained from trusting God in this process? Like,
a lot.
Okay, I think strength's a good word.
Yes.
I think that we've relied heavily on the strength of a higher power than ourselves, because like the first of this, we didn't have answers. I had to actually be tested for Parkinson's and MS, both. Thankfully, I didn't have either.
I mean,
but like
literally during that time, I didn't even know. I did not know what was happening. Like I really didn't.
Yeah. So I think the hardest part is like, how do you come back from that whole like,
or like something that you went like if you get in like a huge like accident, or like
sure,
if you do something like what you did, you should probably keep on like going after that, so then you can like going at the position you were before.
The benefit of keeping going means you are always trying. Like, yes. You may not, I always tell people, like, the heart of my life is so good. Like, I don't have a perfect life. I'm not perfect at all, but the heart of my life is so good. Right. And I've learned to move with pure intention. So I've learned to move like everything relies on a miracle, but then obviously knowing that there is a miracle in every day of this entire healing process. And if you are open enough to those mercies of God and miracles, then they'll happen. Like, it may not be how you want it to be. Like, in fact, if I miss my guess, it doesn't happen how you want it. Like, it doesn't ever happen like how you expect it or want it. Like, nothing goes as planned, like rarely. But like, you have a choice, and we have a choice every day to wake up and say, hey, today is a miracle or it's not a miracle. Like, I get to enjoy going swimming with my son again. I get to enjoy traveling again. I get to enjoy, I get to enjoy like the simplistic things in life because I'm choosing to rise above this crazy circumstance.
Like do stuff instead of like just like sitting down all day and not like going out and trying to walk.
Yeah. So I think the important thing for me is sharing my story is that, like, and to anyone out there, like, I feel like the most important part of any story, and everyone's story is valuable, but I feel like there is a part of my story that I shared with Ferman before. Our podcast today is like, I used to not value myself at all. Like, I actually went through a period of life where I was possibly suicidal, and I've talked to Jed about this. I mean, you might agree, disagree with me, like talking to kids about things like this, but it's real, and it's a real thing that's out there. Like, our teenagers, our kids, like, mental illness, mental like health is real. And I suffered a huge depressional like time in my life where I didn't believe my worth was valuable, like, until I was actually like hit by a semi truck. So part of my story is that, when I lived in Utah, I'm from Utah. I relocated here in 2013.
Okay.
But I actually was hit by a semi truck in 2008, I believe. I was getting on the freeway in Utah.
Your car was really low.
My car, I had a Honda Accord, so kind of paint the picture.
Basically, it was like a huge, like one of the big, like not like a truck, but like
semi,
like one of those like huge, like a semi.
Freight semis, yeah.
And then basically they were turning where she was, and they didn't see him because they didn't see her because her car was so small. So then they they turned left or right, and then basically it hit her off, and then it hit into this like huge like grassy land, and then she went down a hole.
Yep. And I went down a 30-foot ravine, so my car ricocheted off the freeway wall. And like literally the day before this accident, I was contemplating ending my life because I was so like depressed about situational things that had happened, or
but luckily you didn't get hurt.
I didn't get hurt, actually. So I obviously lived. By the grace of God, the guy behind me, Ferman, happened to be a unified police officer, and he ran down the ravine. I was alone. He ran down the ravine, and I literally I used to drink Diet Coke like all the time. I just popped on Jay-Z. I was listening to Jay-Z, and I had my Diet Coke open, and like I literally, Diet Coke was all over my car. I never rolled. I went midair, so I did a full 360 midair. So he runs down the ravine, and he's like, I can't believe you're alive. Like, he said that to me first thing, and he goes, I can't believe you're alive. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, what just happened? Like, much like the walker at the end of the bed. Like, what just happened here? And this guy, I'm out of my car. I'm kind of screaming because I'm in shock, and he sits me back down in my car. And he looks at me and he goes, hey, so I'm a unified police officer off duty. And he goes, on a Richter scale of accidents, your accident would have been a perfect 10. And I was like, no way. And he's like, any accident we approach in this ravine is fatal. And I was like, wait, what? Like, I couldn't like put two and two together. And I was like, holy cow. So I see an ambulance coming, fire truck. They are all like lining up above the freeway. Because keep in mind, I'm 30 feet down. And my car like nose planted in a hole after it flew around like midair.
Like landed like
it like nose planted downwards. So it took 2 chains on a tow truck to bring it up to the top of the ravine. And I'm like so persistent.
You're like confused.
I was so confused, but these firemen come down like to walk me up to the top of the ravine. And I was so persistent, like I was the day in the hospital. I said, no, I'm going to walk. So I look at this fireman and I said, no, I'm walking. And he goes, ma'am, you were just hit by a semi truck. Let me walk you to the top. And I said, no, I got it. So I walked myself up to the top. I wrote my own witness statement in the back of the ambulance. And it was the same moment like that I woke up with the soil surgery coma. I was like,
and you realized everything.
Yeah, I just thought, what just happened? Like my whole world stopped in a small second, like it did.
I mean, if you think about it, while you're going down something, you can like kind of like, if you're going down from a high place, you can like, because the wind's so strong, it can like you can like faint or something.
Yeah, Ferman, it was so surreal because I'm sitting in the back of this ambulance writing my own witness statement, and just the day before, I was super ungrateful to be living because of my own struggle with stories or things that had happened to me as like kids and like everything. So I just was like, okay, so lesson learned. I should be thankful I'm alive. Yep, Jess said it perfectly. I should be thankful I'm alive, but also
that's right.
Like then same thing with the weight loss surgery coma is I woke up and I'm like, I should be thankful I'm alive. Like I have a body. I have a like God who loves me. I have a son, obviously, that I need to attend to, but obviously knowing that my worth is what was in question. And obviously I've been shown time and time again over the past many years that my worth is still valuable regardless of outside noise or what I personally always perceive myself as. And I think that's one of the biggest lessons for men that I would want to share with anyone listening is your worth is so valuable. Like it's not contingent on what other people think or how someone at church views you or somebody on the internet interacts with you or someone at the store who doesn't obviously like put their groceries the correct way on the freaking belt. Like that's not about life. Like it doesn't matter. Like I don't think any of that is relevant until you truthfully like look yourself in the mirror and go, I matter because I'm me. Like I matter because I matter and I value. I want to be valued, but I also want to have that situation I want to make myself better because I believe in being better. Like I always tell Jet, when we know better, we do better. So I think that like when we as humans know better, we connect better. We drive connection better. Like we are understanding of other people's circumstances. We want to help them out. Like we want to like make sure of people around us feel loved. Like I love this quote. I have it on my Instagram somewhere. I forget the exact verbiage, but it's like speak life into people. Like when you're passing somebody in the store or in the someone who makes a comment or like compliments you, speak life back to that person because you never know. Like this sounds a little cliche because we always hear this phrase. Like you always hear like people go, oh, you never know what someone's going through. Like truly though, you don't. Like you have no idea. Maybe that person just lost somebody important to them. Maybe that morning they lost something that was like so valuable to them, a marriage, a baby, a pet, like a job, like something. I don't know what it is, what we all suffer, but what I do know is that every single one of us is valuable and we're all here to move each other along the path. So why not make it more of what it truly is? Like why not speak life into people like who need it most? Like I feel like that's what the other day, one of the things that this weight loss surgery has totally taught Jet and I is that like because like I used to like walk in Target on my walker and I'd get one of those electric carts and I zoom around the store in the electric cart and it's fun. I loved it once I like learned how to do it. And then I'd like it was great. But now I just walk in, I zoom in on my wheelchair because it's strength for me to get it out of my car, then put it back in.
That's also better because you can, you're walking and
I'm using my feet movement is what I need. So the other day we're at Target and there was a lady in front of us that was on the electric cart and she was struggling to get the groceries. Visibly, you could tell she was struggling to get the groceries on the belt. And Jet looked at me, whispered, and he goes, Mom, should I help her? I said, yeah, we should. So I'm in my wheelchair behind her. She obviously didn't know I was back there. She could see Jet because he would kind of zoom around and like look at things on the side.
Yeah.
So he goes over and he says to her, Ma'am, can I help you? And she just kind of looks at him like, wow. And so I said, hey, I'm his mom. I'm right behind you. I said, I'm in a wheelchair. I said, so we understand. Again, so
No, she asked me, and then I put all the stuff on there, and then one of the cards didn't work, so I got her like she got a ton of gift cards. So then she was saying like I got her the Cheesecake Factory gift card.
yeah, her gift card wasn't ringing up appropriately. So she asked Jet to grab her another gift card. And she just like looked at me, like turned around when she like zoomed out when she went to like turn around to go out of the store, and she just looked at me. She goes, like, you're raising a great kid. And I obviously am partial, so I believe that, but like there's a bigger picture here. Like,
I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of crazy that like if you think about it, like my mom was fully like before the surgery able to walk, now like can't, and it's trying to. And if you think about it, like you think that while you're doing it you can't do much, but like after, like it's kind of crazy because she did post on one of her Instagrams, I think.
yeah,
And I think it was actually really cool because you can see a picture of it on there, and it was actually really cool because I just felt like I was like, wow, I'm gonna be a really good man when I grow up.
yep, I love that. So the confidence this entire situation has not only taught me, but my son, Jet, is invaluable.
Mhm.
Like, it's priceless. Like, for him to understand and know, like, okay, so along in life, I might meet someone in a wheelchair or someone who's paralyzed or,
And I would actually like I'm not just saying this, but like I kind of want to meet someone that has some special needs. I'm not even like joking.
yeah, I think the heart of what is so valuable here is I watched Jet the other day put all these groceries on the cart for this lady, and she was telling us she's a retired school teacher. And I just sat there and I was behind him, like I snapped a picture and of him helping her, and I was behind him, and I thought, you know what? If we didn't have this situation happening, like we would have we would have helped her, right? I'd like to think somewhere in my heart that we would be good people and help regardless of my disability here. But like if we didn't know like what we know now, like my son who's 9 would never walk up to someone just randomly in the store and say, hey, can I help you put your groceries on the cart? Like, and then
No, she asked me.
she did, and she was super grateful for help. Like it was amazing. It was the most random like Tuesday grocery shopping experience, but I just thought
We were just like going the
we got in the car, and that's when I thought, Ferman, we got in the car, and I was like, that is why I want to share my story right there. Like, because every reason points to sharing life with people that need that sharing. Like, so whether or not like you believe in paying it forward or helping somebody or like sharing what you have or sharing like your story or sharing your beliefs, like somebody out there needs it. You may annoy people. I'm sure I annoy people with how much I post, like workouts and everything like faith related, but at the same time, like why not? Because why not
Right.
be a source of light? Like why not be a source of light and love like in this world, because we all need it. Like
Yeah.
if I miss my guest here, like Ferman, like we all need it. Like
Yeah, we do.
our world is not like the like kindest place to be sometimes. And you jump on social media and you're categorizing like, okay, this person is this, and I can't believe so and so did this, or they took this
Yeah.
vacation. How can they afford that, or whatever you're looking at? And you're like, all of a sudden, you're like this nitpicking, like comparing life with like. What about reminding people of their greatness? Like, what about reminding our children? Like, if you don't have kids, like I
can understand.
I can understand, but so what about reminding yourself? Like,
Right.
but what about these kids who deserve to have a
Mhm.
generation where they get to speak and promote happiness and greatness? Like, what
Right.
about the one person, Ferman, who's maybe struggling today with the thought of like maybe they're wanting to like end their life because something extreme happened, or they're in the midst of a divorce that they didn't want. Like all these things add up and they're all real and they're all relevant. So I think it's all about how do we like be a light for each other? How do we show we care and offer? Ferman and I have had great conversations about mutual respect. Like how do you have a conversation with someone to offer mutual respect? So meaning, how do you reiterate to somebody or show someone like, hey, I'm a safe space. Like at day's end, like I'm a safe space. I'm here. I don't have the answers.
Right.
Like I really don't have the answers. I know it works well for me and my son. But at the end of the day, I don't have the answers for everything out there. And I'm thankful I don't. I don't want them. But what I do
Right.
want is what I do want is to always help infuse people to see their greatness and their potential. Like that's, and I think that's one thing I've learned this whole process is I've had amazing mentors, amazing amazing physical therapists, both at inpatient and outpatient physical therapy. I've had amazing amounts of like support from family, like huge shout out to my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister-in-law, and my nieces and nephews. Like every single one of them at one point in time, and still to this day. In fact, my brother and I were just on the phone yesterday, still talking about my diagnosis, and like still like it means the world to me knowing we've had this entire army behind us, like fighting for us, fighting for my health, fighting for like answers when I couldn't figure out stuff on my own. But like my brother put it perfectly. One summer I was home in Utah, and my brother, we grew up in a small family, just he and I, divorced parents, but
Okay.
two parents. So just at the end of the day, it was always me, my brother, my mom in our household. And then we'd go with our dad every other weekend. But my parents individually, not together, individually, my parents have always served. Like my mom is like the most exemplary person of service. Like that woman will serve till the end of her core. Like I remember growing up, Ferman, and one Christmas Eve, like this is a mom, we live paycheck to paycheck, like totally like, but we're down at the homeless shelter serving the homeless dinner on Christmas Eve, and my mom is sitting there listening to people's stories because that's how we grew up and that's how we were taught. So I don't know any different. And then my dad, who is still like I found out years ago when I was back in Utah, like he gives to the men's shelter in Utah, like the homeless shelter. Like it's just, so I grew up with these exemplary examples of parents who obviously believe in serving. They still do to this day. Like I'm shopping with my mom at Christmas one year, and she's offering to buy hot cocoa for the guy, Salvation Army guy, ringing his bell outside, like in the cold. Like same thing with my dad. Like we're at a place, like my dad helped me buy flip-flops to give to kids in need one summer. Like I just grew up that way. So that is in my blood. So if I didn't have that example, I wouldn't have known how to turn to this entire situation to make it for the best. My brother said it best when we were home one summer, and he was talking about, I think like his family, we're helping somebody or something was happening. I don't remember the exact instance. And my brother sent a text to our family and just said, hey, we know how to pack a punch, which is so true. Like in hard situations, but also in like life circumstances, my parents like separately obviously taught us how to literally pack a punch. Like they taught us how to fight. Like they taught us how to not give up. Like my dad still calls me weekly and reminds me of that greatness. Like some way or another, we talk about things around us. So my gift to like my son and the world is the same thing. Like why not remind someone of their greatness? And I feel like that's innately like what I have exhibited and what people do it on a daily basis for me. So why not give that back to someone, right?
Yeah.
So that's our story, and like we're here for it. We experience it on a daily basis. We love life, genuinely love life. I actually am so safe now getting to the pool, which I wasn't at first, but I used to
whenever we go to the pool, literally every time she always walks in the pool to help her balance in the waters.
Yeah, I just walk up and down. I walk laps. Like I actually used to be a swimmer in high school. Like I swam competitively, not for the high school team, but I was on another league. So I used to swim. And I just would 4 years ago when this happened, I would have given anything to swim. I couldn't get in the pool for probably about 3 years. No, about 2.5 years. So, but when I first did, I had to have like 2 men, like hoisting me with both arms, and then I had to wear water shoes. And now
it's like way
I can just get in on my own and walk laps.
It's like really easy.
Yeah. So I feel like wherever you're at in your journey, it's valuable to say, take a step back and look at it, evaluate it, recognize you're here for a reason.
Yeah.
And like my challenge to anyone out there would be figure out that reason. Like if you follow me on Instagram, amazing. Follow me, drop me a message, say, hey Alicia, like I need to find my reason. I will totally help somebody find their reason for any day of the week. I feel like that is like the least we could do as humanistic individuals is show people like their power, like their greatness. Like it's so valuable to feel and like grow and like learn to be like accepted, but also to remember like you're valued, like you're totally valued regardless of your situation. And obviously I didn't want any of this. I didn't want any of these health ailments. Like who would have thought? Like, and fun fact before we like wrap it up here, my diagnosis, the doctor looked at me for a minute, he goes, oh, it's 1 in a million. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And then they followed that up with, oh, hey, but you may never walk again. And I said, well,
that's not an option.
I was like, that's not an option. Then I'll be your millionth girl and I'll walk. Like,
that's it.
Like, that's just it. Like, the mentality right there in the hospital bed was decided that, like, hey, like, I don't care if I'm 1 in a million. I don't care if I was 1 out of 1. Like, I don't care if I'm 1 out of 10. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's the message that is so valuable, is that, like, I just can't stress enough. Like, every one of us is valued, and
we are.
Like, that value is so real, and that respect that you owe yourself is like so tangible. Like, sometimes coming back to yourself over and over again is hard. It's awkward as crap, but like it's needed. So like it's needed for you to like be remembered like for greatness. And that's like, that's our mantra, right? That's our be brave, be mighty, share your story, share your passion. So that is my story in a nutshell. Not a nutshell, it's like long. There's lots of like in between in that, like, right? But on the whole, like, again, it's like the John Mayer song. I used to love John Mayer. He sings a song called The Heart of Life. And there's a line that says, I know it won't all go the way it should, but I know the heart of my life is good. And I wanted to just end with that. Like, nothing is gone as planned. Like, nothing in my life is like gone as planned. Like, maybe like some decisions have, for sure. Like when I went away to school, I like went on some other like service oriented trips, like that things, like some things that have gone to plan. But like at the end of the day, like the heart of my life is so good, and I plan to always move with pure intent and speak greatness into people as long as I live, because that's what's needed.
Most definitely. That's what it is. What needed all day, every day. Today is much needed, and I appreciate y'all taking time out your productive schedule to come on here. Like I said, I know Laresa had a family emergency. I know she wanted to be on here to interact with y'all as well. So she is in our prayers along with her family, of course. And I appreciate y'all, Jet and Alicia. Y'all keep doing great things, mighty great things. And before I let y'all go, let y'all depart. Also, I gotta say, go Spurs. I know the Spurs and Knicks play tonight.
Yeah,
so go Spurs.
Spurs.
Let's go Spurs.
Yeah, so gotta get
what, an hour and a half?
7:30 if you're in Texas tonight.
Yep, they're playing at the Knicks though, huh?
Yeah, so that's it. So big shout out to the Spurs,
guys.
Yep.
Yeah, got to even the series out too. So if I could let y'all apart, do y'all have any words of wisdom, any sign of advice that you want to leave here with listening artists? We're live streaming on YouTube and Instagram, and watch us in the near future.
Thanks so much, you guys. Thanks for everyone for joining. Thank you, Ferman, for letting us share our story on a podcast.
It was really fun.
Yeah. Jet.
We've always wanted to, so we're starting like this little not like kind of like where you it's called on Instagram, it's called Our Resolute Protector 1, like one full word, no spaces. We're making videos on it. We haven't posted in like a little while. We're just trying to get it on. We're trying to get a little like thing on.
Yeah, Jet has a big idea. He's wanted to have a podcast or be on a podcast for like 2 years. So this was like a super big thing for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got his own Instagram, obviously with my help, but it's called Our Resolute Protector.
One forward, no spaces.
And we're sharing a lot about. We haven't done it yet, but we plan to share about.
We're planning to go live, but we need to get 1,000 followers.
Yep. So this kid's got big dreams, and I'm here. I'm here for it as his mom. I'm so excited to be his mom. So thank you, Ferman. We were so appreciative of this experience. Thank you.
Thank you for letting us be on here.
Oh, you're welcome. I appreciate y'all as well. So I'm going to let y'all go. Man, y'all have a great Wednesday. We'll be back next Wednesday, same time at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. Also, catch me on the Walking This Ways podcast Tuesday at 7, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Also, Saturdays at 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern. And like I said, I'll let y'all go. So, man, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Wednesday, of course. And also, speak life. And I'm going to go biblical for a moment. The Bible does say, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Always love yourself. And also in scripture, the Apostle Paul said, no man yet hate his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes. So if you love yourself, you're going to nourish yourself and you're going to cherish yourself.
Yeah.
So always love yourself. Yeah, always love yourself. Always respect yourself. Always acknowledge yourself. Remember, Jesus said this, the same works that he did, you should also do. You should also do greater works. And that's what I love about the scripture, of course. And knowing that you already hold, you already completed in him, always remember that. Always know that you're fearfully, wonderfully made. You're the apple of his eye. He created you, right? He made you. He fashioned you with gifts. He fashioned you with talent. He fashioned you with wisdom. Utilize your gift. The Bible says your gift should make room for you and bring forth great men. God gave everybody a gift. Now it's up to you to tap into that gift, find out what that gift is, and that gift is going to make room for you. So always tap into your gift. Never limit yourself. Don't put off tomorrow what you can do today, because we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. But we got to live life like it is our last. And all I have to say on that. So, man, I'm going to let y'all go. Man, y'all have a great day. We out this thing. Peace, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
And we can just dance the night away.